Battle Mage is a character that focuses heavily on mid-range choices and stagger pressure. She uses her high speed and far reach to consistently remain a threat at mid-range while also having great corner carry to force opponents into the corner. Her normals all have generous canceling moves and are only slightly minus on block, making her stagger pressure quite formidable. Using her unique resource, Chaser, she's able to press advantage from afar, forcing opponents to approach into the mid-range she excels in. In neutral, Battle Mage's main game plan revolves around her 5A and 5B. These two moves are her furthest reaching normals and have the potential to lead into corner carry on hit, making them tools to respect. 5B is mainly used to stuff approaches when your opponent is used to 5A's timing, and is very slightly longer than 5A with greater reward as well. Each one of Battle Mage's aerials has strong uses, with JA being fast burst range, making it great as a rising normal to anti-air or to air-to-air. JB has great horizontal reach and has a very high hit stun, making it easy to confirm punch. Battle Mage also has an air-style dive kick that leads into full combo on hit and is cancelable on block. Her JM completely stops her horizontal movement and is a disjointed overhead that is -2 on block. When you are outranged, you can force opponents to respect you if you generate chasers to use her chaser shot, which bypasses most projectiles in the game. Focus of Battle Mage's gameplan is to stagger pressure. 5A reaches obscenely far for its speed and frame advantage, while 5B is your main hit confirm tool. However, keep in mind that spacing in your corner pressure as Battle Mage is very important, as from max range, 5A cannot cancel into any other move to combo on hit or may cause the follow-up whiff on block. Whiffing 5B on 5A hit isn't too bad, since you still get a chaser, but whiffing 5S is very negative. Going into 5S in pressure is hard because it is shorter range, but it also enables your best combos and is one of your best starters when staggered. If you're worried about spacing, going into 2A is also a strong strategy. 2A has 6 frames of startup with good range for its speed. Landing a 2A means you are near guaranteed to be able to confirm into a combo afterwards. However, in addition to 2A being -6 on block, it requires that you get closer to the opponent, meaning that they have a greater number of options to use for mash. Despite the fact that Battle Mage relies on stagger pressure to open up her opponents, she isn't weak against the rolls at all. The recovery on the A and B normals are short enough that she can punish rolls easily, and if the gap is small enough, she can even punish with 5A starters. When using MP moves mid-pressure, your opponent will commonly try to work around Chaser Shot, as it is the more rewarding move on block. Depending on the move and the range you cancel at, your opponents will have character-specific options. Canceling into 4M instead will result in a tight frame trap. JM is a fairly quick overhead with good disjoint and is only -2 on block, so it can be used to beat characters whose furthest and or fastest moves are lows. Chasers are Battle Mage's unique resource, related to the moves 6S, 6S Charge, Chaser Generator, Chaser Shot, and her 2M, which is her Invincible Reversal. Battle Mage can store chasers by hitting the opponent with A or B moves. This includes 5A, 2A, 5B, 2B, and also the area moves JA and JB. When your Gold Cube Awakening is active, you also get chasers when your A and B moves connect on the opponent's block. Holding 5M when you have no chasers means that Battle Mage can generate up to 3 chasers with low recovery after the first chaser is formed. Using 6S can generate up to 2 chasers before they are thrown. After Battle Mage spends chasers, she gets a buff that increases her damage by 15% as well as an increase in movement speed. Most versions of 6S use 2 chasers. If Battle Mage doesn't have 2 chasers, 6S startup will be extended so that she can generate chasers. 6S is +3 on block and can be used to extend stagger pressure without using shot. It also does hard knockdown on counter hit, so it becomes easy to confirm off of it. 6S Charge is +20 at least, but has longer startup even with 2 chasers stopped. Most commonly used in the corner after JS for a safe medium. Battle Mage's 2M is a very interesting tool because it's her Invincible Reversal, but it's also the slowest in the game. However, 2M uses all the chasers Battle Mage has stocked, and for each chaser she uses, Battle Mage gets more damage, better frame advantage, less recovery, and most importantly, combos on hit when you have 3 chasers. In addition, when you have 3 chasers, it becomes +2 on block, allowing you to steal back your turn. When it comes to what cube to use as Battle Mage, it's really up to player preference. Player cubes is simple and easy to understand buff, where more MP recovery means more options for combos and pressure, and more guard damage and chip means that mental stack is more easily applied. Gold Cube changes Battle Mage's gameplay, stagger pressure to overwhelming your opponent with freeform options of loss. Having unlimited chasers is an easy way to get lots of chip damage, guard damage, and plus frames on your opponent. Doing 5AAB automatically gives 3 chasers, enabling 2M3 as a viable offensive strategy. With good reactions, an attentive Battle Mage will be able to react to guard cancels with 2M while they're doing stagger pressure, adding on even more mental stack for the opponent. Finally, let's talk about combo enders. For resource management, you want to end into C6M. Mashing adds damage, but the opponent can fall out. In addition, this ender only safe jumps against frame 13 and slower reversals. If you have over 80 MP, you want to go for 2M3 ender, because it gives a whopping 90 damage and charging 3 chasers after still gives you enough plus frames to meet either jump. Alternatively, you can charge 2 chasers instead and be able to safe jump any non-parry character in the game. Alright, well that's the end of my video. Hopefully it's been some help to you, and if you have any critiques or questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Otherwise, stick around to watch the basic combo showcase in the background, and I will see you all later. Peace.
Hashiru!